boys and girls. It is the creator of Bored with Miss Reynolds, Better Off Reading Every Day, and I am here on the 100th day of school. That's right, 100th day of school, to read to you things about the 100th day of school. The first one is called 100 Days Plus One. And this is a Robin Hill School book, ready to read level 1, written by Margaret McNamara, illustrated by Mike Gordon. All right. Hannah was excited. Only 1 week to go until the party to celebrate 100 days of school. That is a long time to be in school, said Hannah. Mrs. Connor told the class next Friday, please bring in 100 little things to share. Hannah decided to bring in buttons. On Monday, Hannah found 20 white buttons. On Tuesday, she found 57 mixed buttons. On Wednesday, she found 4 cat buttons, 6 diamond buttons, and 13 buttons with no holes. On Thursday, Hannah counted her buttons from 1 to 100. Then she sneezed. On Friday, Hannah had a cold. No school for you today, said her mother. On Monday, you will feel much better. On Monday, I will feel worse, thought Hannah. The party is today, and I am not there. Aww. On Monday, Hannah's cold was gone. She wore her favorite sweater to school. It had 1 big orange button. Hannah remembered the 100 buttons. She put them in her backpack even though she had missed the party. When the school bell rang, Mrs. Connor said, today is a special day. What is 100 plus 1? Hannah knew the answer. 101, she said. Right, said Mrs. Connor. Today we have been in school for 101 days. Hannah's friends were smiling. They showed 101 grains of rice, 101 hair ribbons, and 101 postcards. I only brought in 100 buttons, said Hannah. I did not think to bring in 1 more, she said. She remembered the button on her sweater. Here is my plus 1, she said. I thought 100 days was a long time to go to school, said Hannah. And now I have gone for 100 plus 1. And that is the end of 100 Days Plus One. Let's put that over here. And let's move on to our second book. This is 100 Days of School, story by Anne Rockwell, pictures by Lizzie Rockwell. On the first day of school, Mrs. Madoff gave me a penny. She asked me to put it in the jar on her desk. Plunk! I dropped the penny into the jar. Mrs. Madoff asked Evan to bring a penny to school the next day. Every day, someone put a penny in the jar. Blink, blink, blink. Every day, we helped count the pennies. Mrs. Madoff told us that's how we would know how many days we had gone to school. When we counted 10 pennies, we knew we'd been going to school for 10 days, but we'd learn more than 10 new things. On day 10, plink, Sam put his penny in the jar. He also brought 10 balloons to celebrate day 10. Each of us blew up one balloon. Then Sam and I took them to the principal's office. She said, "Thank you, these are beautiful." Plink went the penny Evan dropped in the jar. When we counted them, we found 20 pennies. We knew it was day 20. That's why Evan brought 20 Matchbox cars to school. Evan's my kind of guy. I love cars. When day 30 came, Makito dropped in her penny. It went plink. When it landed on top of the pennies in the jar, she had collected 30 red, brown, and yellow leaves. We taped them to the windows of our classroom to celebrate autumn. On day 40, Sarah brought in a penny and plink, she dropped it into the jar. She brought 40 paperback books to school. Her grandmother helped her carry them because they were heavy. On day 50, Evelyn brought in a penny. She dropped it with a plink into the jar. She also brought 50 seashells to school and told us how she had collected them at the beach. On day 60, Nicholas dropped in his penny. Plink! It landed in the penny jar. It took a long time to count the pennies. Nicholas brought 60 baseball trading cards with pictures of famous ball players on them. He said he went to 4 baseball games during the summer vacation and saw Lonnie Alonso hit 2 home runs. On day 70, it was so cold and windy outside. I wore the woolly hat that covered my ears. That day, Kate dropped a penny into the jar with a plink. She also brought in 70 sunflower seeds. We made a sunflower cake and put it in a string bag for the hungry birds. When day 80 came, Pablo brought in a penny. Plink, it went as he dropped it into the jar. That morning we counted 80 pennies. Pablo also brought in a package of 80 popsicle sticks to school. We each got 80 sticks. Look what I made with mine. On day 90, Charlie brought in a penny. Plink it went. The jar of pennies was almost full. Charlie brought a puzzle with 90 pieces. He told me he'd already put the puzzle together and made a picture of a dinosaur. Then he took it apart again. Finally, the big day had arrived. It was day 100, the day I brought in a penny. Plink, the jar was full. We counted 100 pennies. That meant we'd been going to school for 100 days. I brought 100 jelly beans to celebrate day 100. Everyone brought a bag that held 100 of something to eat. There were 100 pieces of popcorn, 100 pretzels, 100 raisins, 100 almonds, 100 chocolate chips, 100 pieces of star-shaped cereal, 100 dried banana chips, 100 mini marshmallows, 100 cheesy fish crackers, 100 smooth jelly beans. We took turns passing the bowl of yummy treats to everyone in the cafeteria. It was day 100 at my school and at all the schools citywide where I live. Now all those schools are going to send their jars of 100 pennies far away. They're sending the money to town where the hurricane hit. The people who live in that town can buy something they need with all those pennies. I wonder what it will be. And that is the end of 100 days, 100 school days. They say it in the other way. Boys and girls, it is Bored with Miss Reynolds, Better Off Reading Every Day. I don't own the rights to this book that I have read to you, but I love storytelling magic. And the magic of today's story is 100 days, 100 school days, and 100 days smarter. That's what it says right there on my hat. I got this hat, made this hat with my class when I was back in kindergarten. And I saved it all this time. I believe that was like 7-8 years ago. And I have to tell you, it's just as special as the day I made it. I love celebrating the 100th day of school because back when my daughter was little, she took my grandma to school on the 100th day because she had just turned 100. And it was so precious because she was little and she was kind of old. And it was beautiful and it will always be special to us. So, I'm not sure if it's your 100th day in school, but if it is, happy 100th day of school. And today, on my 100th day of school, I substituted in art as the art teacher and as the Spanish teacher. So, I did something extremely special that I will always cherish on my 100th day in 2023. And I will see you again really, really soon, boys and girls. Bored with Miss Reynolds. Better Off Reading Every Day. Bye. We are on our way to 100 and what? Wait, I just thought of something. What was my 100th book that I read? Hmm. I'll have to check it out and get back to you. If you know, you can send me a message and tell me if you think you know what it is. Bye.